We've got our lemon ginseng tea. This is Sailor Watch 2025. He'll come out of that door at some point during the stream. Maybe, maybe not. We saw him. He's here. He exists. He's real. He's not in your imagination. He's the man buying billions of dollars of Bitcoin. Anyway, guys, we're back at Bitcoin Abu Dhabi today. It's a good time. We're talking to lots of fun people. As always, maybe we'll get some people crashing our stream. We'll find out. You may actually see Sailor come out of the door. So keep your eyes open. Anyway, serious conversations, guys. Look, I know the market's been crazy. Bitcoin feels like it's stuck right now. But everything that'll play out will feel obvious in hindsight. Like I said last week, we had this crash down to 80K. And what happened? Magically, within just a few days of each other, coming out of the woodwork, as if by just incredible circumstance, some divine intervention. Vanguard, Bank of America, Charles Schwab, Amundi, everybody's out there. All the institutions want to gobble, gobble, gobble. Don't they? And yet, the average person's scared. 4-year cycles here, it's all going to zero. I know. I see the charts. I know we're still under the 50-week EMA. And half the time that's happened before, especially at this stage in the cycle, it's been super bearish. But what is going to take precedence here? Will it be the Bitcoin 4-year cycle at a certain number of days has passed since the Bitcoin halving, therefore we go to zero? Well, not zero. We go down 70, 80%. Certainly possible. Perhaps it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Stocks just rip for another year straight and Bitcoin goes to 30K, man, or whatever the bearish targets are these days. Anything's possible in these markets. Okay, narrative drives so much what happens in crypto. Okay? By the way, Sailor, the guy who's going to come out of this door at some point, bought another $1 billion of Bitcoin this week, just FYI. Okay, so obviously he's feeling bearish on Bitcoin, only $1 billion buy this time. Anyway, guys, we're going to hop into this, look at some charts, answer your questions second half of the stream. Let's go ahead and get it. So, first and foremost, the Fed, the most important Federal Reserve meeting of your lifetime since last month until next month is happening tomorrow, okay? So, they're going to cut rates. Prediction markets are giving like a 95% chance. So it's almost a certainty rates get cut. There's enough weakness in the job markets. Inflation's not a problem. We will get rate cuts, okay? When the Fed has cut within 1% of all-time highs, historically similar setups saw the S&P 500 higher 93% of the time 9 months later and 100% of the time 1 year later. Now, you have to understand, we have a very, very big group of mixed signals right now because what's happening right now is an unprecedented event. Trump is running things super hot right now, okay? He wants the rates down. He wants a new Fed chair who's going to be super dovish, okay? He's got all this investment. They're going to build all these data centers, all this kind of stuff. Usually, and I say all this because you have to understand, usually a midterm election year, it's a bearish year. There's a big correction at some point during that year, okay? Maybe that still plays out. Maybe we get a 15% dip in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ mid-year. Maybe. We're going to find out. Doesn't mean you can't have a bullish Q1. Doesn't mean you can't have a bullish Q4. You might get a buying opportunity mid-year. We shall see. But interesting statistics like this make you realize that, hey, we are in unprecedented times right now. We are in a situation where the business cycle has gone through its longest contraction in history. Think about it. As soon as that starts ending, as soon as the U.S. PMI manufacturing starts breaking out above 50, that's going to set and process a 1-year run, maybe even longer this time. Maybe the longest contraction in history leads to the longest expansion in history. Perhaps we can whisper of a dream. Believe. Okay, next slide. Morgan Stanley, U.S. stocks set for a bullish 2026. JP Morgan saying Bitcoin's going to 170K next year. Are they just setting us up for exit liquidity again, guys? They want us to buy while they're selling in the background, right? Morgan Stanley's Michael Wilson says U.S. stocks are positioned for a bullish 2026. You have to keep in mind, Mike Wilson, he's a notorious bear, man. Okay, so just FYI, him being bullish, it's either a sign of the end times or he's right and we're going to go way, way higher. Because again, all the macroeconomic stuff lines up. We're getting rate cuts. We're getting stealth QE. QT has ended, okay? The U.S. manufacturing cycle will break out probably in the next few months, especially everything going on in the background right now. Anyway, he says U.S. stocks position for a bullish 2026. The market leadership broadens, earnings improve, and the labor market softens only mildly. Only mildly, ... so far. You don't want to see more labor market weakness, and at least no significant weakness. And I know, the worst layoffs since, the great financial crisis and stuff like that. Yes. Okay. Part of that is AI. Part of that is the zero interest rate regime that we had for a long time, allowing companies to borrow basically free money to hire employees they don't fucking need. We have a bit of that stuff going on. Now, he says he expects consumer discretionary and small caps, both recently upgraded to overweight, to keep outperforming, helped by stabilizing prices, stronger goods demand, better earnings revisions, and lower rates. Wilson says the Fed remains a key driver, but notes the NASDAQ 100 earnings trends have strengthened since late October, with the labor market weakening gradually rather than sharply. He's a supportive backdrop for equities. That's a very important point. The labor market has weakened, but it has not done so exponentially. Okay, we've gone from 4.2% unemployment to 4.4% unemployment throughout the entirety of the year. Now, if the next employment data comes in and it jumps to 5%, markets are going to lose their shit. That's probably not going to happen. Okay? America's short all kinds of jobs right now. Jesse and I were just talking about this earlier. They need like 1 million people to come in and do plumbing and electrician jobs and stuff like that. People are going to have to reskill. Maybe your social media marketing manager job was bullshit all along. Okay? People want to be influencers on the internet for some fucking reason. Duh. Anyway, it's funny. My dad has been a carpenter, electrician, plumber, handyman his entire life. Very happy guy. Lives in his town. Doesn't worry about any of this crazy shit going on the internet. Doesn't even know there's an interest rate cut tomorrow. Just living his life. Moisturized, unbothered in his lane. Chilling, man. Young, much better than that. I envy my dad in a lot of ways. Just got a very happy, worry-free lifestyle. And he's been a tradesman all his life. Lesson there, Lark. There's a lesson there. Anyway, I'm probably not learning it because let's talk about speculating on markets, guys. This is an interesting chart I want you guys to look at. Check this out. It's an inverted chart, okay? Bitcoin inverted with MACD inverted. This is a really interesting one. This is shared by Crypto FY Hub. Now, the price, look at that. Is this the kind of thing that you're going to say, well, it's going to keep breaking down forever? Or is that the kind of thing like, perhaps we're looking at a trend reversal here off of this. Also, the MACD, very, very interesting, as you can see right here. Look at that. That looks like something that's about to roll over and head in the opposite direction, doesn't it? Fascinating that. Anyway, Bitcoin bears will have you believe this is the end of all times. And look, until we get back over the 200-day, which is up here around $104,000, or at the very gosh darn least, the 50-week EMA. It's around $99,000 right now. Until we get over those levels, the bears have got narrative on their side from the technicals. They don't have the macro. The macro's ours. We have that. Screw you, bears. But they do have the technicals. And the technicals are problematic right now for a whole variety of reasons. We talk about all those technicals here all the time. That's very important. It's very much worth watching. And until we recover those, we are in bearish market conditions. You can call this the mini bear. Okay? We're in it. It's happening right now. The question is, will the macro take over? Is the macro more powerful than the 4-year cycle? We're about to learn the fate of that over the next 2 or 3 months. Either we are truly going to Goblin Town and shit is over for a while, okay? Or Trump really ramps things up. The macro takes precedent. The dovish Fed, new chair, dovish Fed, starts getting front run and big things start happening. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen, because that's how the game works. You either believe the technicals and the narrative of the 4-year cycle that it's simply over because it's over, and that simply a certain number of days after the Bitcoin halving is going to mark the top regardless of anything else happening. And you'll ignore that Bitcoin is always topped with the business cycle. You'll ignore that Bitcoin is always topped with the credit cycles. You'll ignore 20 different things that have always happened at a Bitcoin top that have not happened this time, except a certain number of days have passed. If that's the narrative, if that's your belief, you're probably already out anyway. You're probably already in cash. You're probably not even watching this video. Okay? There you go. Anyway, guys, you got to check out our inner circle. Okay? This is an absolutely amazing community we built. Let me tell you what's going on here. Okay? When you join the inner circle Discord, okay, you're going to get an insane amount of value. I know how it can feel out there. You can feel lost. You can feel like what the hell's going on in the market. You feel like you don't have a community that's got your back. People you can ask questions to, people you can go to for support, people you can go to for trading ideas, to share your ideas, to validate your ideas, all these kinds of things. That's why we have built the inner circle, okay? So when you join the inner circle, you will get access to me, my team, and our highly engaged community of traders and investors. You will get our free trading course. Okay, it's actually not a free trading course. Nearly $299. You'll get it for free when you sign up using the link down below. Okay, that's $299 value straight out the month, out the gate there for you. You're going to get a weekly altcoin report on a hot trending altcoin, so you know, is this actually something worth looking at, or is it just bullshit? We don't hold any punches back here, guys. Our altcoin reports are straight to the point, no BS. Okay, we do a weekly stock report, same deal. Okay, hot stocks at the moment, high potential stocks, we're talking about them. Regular trading setups, charts, actionable ideas, okay? Not just theoreticals, actionable ideas, okay? We're doing AMAs every other week, so you can come in and ask those questions. You might not feel comfortable asking in a more public forum, okay? Macro signals, DeFi reports, meme coin calls, and prediction markets. Guys, the value is absolutely insane. For $50 a month, links down below. Go check it out. You'll absolutely love it, okay? Thank you very much. So let's talk about ETH real quick. Feels kind of dirty talking about ETH at the Bitcoin conference. We're going to do it anyway. What I like about ETH right now is look at this MACD. Look at how insane this is. Huge MACD downtrend. That downtrend broke back here in the end of November. Since then, it has been a very strong uptrend in spite of the fact that the price is not. Got to have some tea real quick. Hold on a second. Lemon ginseng tea, man. That's the spot. Now, the MACD is telling an interesting story here that the price is not currently telling. MACD is telling you momentum is shifting. The RSI is telling a similar story after a huge downtrend with multiple touch points. We've broken out. In fact, we broke out and retested. Now we're slowly pushing higher. MACD momentum is moving in the right direction, pushing us higher, although the price has stagnated. Okay? That would say to me that as long as we're kind of maintaining here around these EMAs, that we do have upside potential brewing here. The MACD is showing the momentum is shifting in our favor currently. Can we get cucked? Can bad things happen in the market? Yeah, of course, this is crypto. Bad things can always happen. But with equities raging, metals raging, crypto pessimism basically at all-time highs, basically at bear market peaks right now, in spite of the fact that the price of Bitcoin is $90,000 and $3,000, I feel we are mispriced currently. And had 1010 not happened, the price of these assets would be a lot higher right now. Okay, 1010 happened. It washed a lot of people out. And we've got about a month left here before we see a final shakeout from that 90-day period. Okay, we're about 60 days after the 1010 crash. Today is actually the 10th of December. So we're 60 days post 1010 crash. Takes about 90 days on average for these things to work out. Okay. Got a whole entourage going in back there, man. CZ. Oh, that's CZ. Oh, CZ. There he is. Oh, CZ. That's what the entourage is for. There you go. Rock and roll, man. He's going to hang out with Sailor. Nice. Nice. We got the front row view here, man. We chose the spot today. Rock and roll. Anyway. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're going to watch CZ talk here in a few minutes. We're seeing a very similar thing happening right now with Solana. Solana, huge downtrend, huge MACD downtrend, huge RSI downtrend. Very interesting. Whereas at the same time, MACD's breaking out, RSI is breaking out, but the price has not moved significantly yet. You can see price is still hanging out here just below the 20-day EMA. This is the key battle line for us right now. We got to get above the 20-day EMA for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Currently, only Ethereum is above that. BTC and Sol are hanging out just at the line. Okay, they're trying. We've had 3 attempts on Solana. Look at this. Attempt 1, attempt 2, attempt 3. Okay, in very, very short succession. It means the market's testing it. It's trying to push it. So let's see if we can actually get that decent breakout happening or not. So these are the keys for the majors right now. Some we got to watch out for. Now let's switch over. Let's do some questions, guys. Q&A time. We'll do about 10, 15 minutes questions. Then we will check out and go listen to CZ speak. So, guys, let me know what you want to talk about. AVAX is going to make moves soon. You'd hope so, man. What a beaten up coin. AVAX has had a hard time. Surely all long-term investors want us to be in a bear market so they can accumulate more. You could say yes. Bear markets are great for accumulation. The flip side is the amount of people who made money this cycle and the lack of retail participation this cycle, you actually want a broader amount of people to have made money this cycle. Because if crypto was the worst casino of the cycle, gold beat us this year. Huh? Why would you come back and invest in crypto when equities have been ripping nonstop? You need to see crypto actually do well. Otherwise, the next bear market is going to be a very much a deep reckoning for the soul of crypto once again. It won't just be a garden variety bear market like we saw in 2022. What about Kita the Cheetah? Don't have any opinion on it currently. Haven't looked at it in a while. We did share a report on it back when it was like, I don't know, some sense. It went to like 5x after we shared the report on it. By the way, you would have got that in the Inner Circle Discord. Link down below. But yeah, I don't have any opinion on currently. Haven't checked it into a while. What's up with the hat, Lark? It's actually my other hat. Where I didn't go full linens today, so I don't look like John Hammond from Jurassic Park today. Maybe for Solana on Thursday. I can't buy shopping with the beard coin. Talking about Cardano, I guess. Who cares about XRP? A lot of people care about XRP. I know it may be controversial for some people. It's the banker's coin, all that kind of stuff. It's a multi-cycle survivor coin. They fought the SEC. They won the good fight. There's a lot to be said for that. You don't have to love XRP. I don't invest in XRP, but I'll trade XRP. It's got a hot market. People like trading it. Very deep liquidity. Good charts. What's not to like about XRP, man, if you can make a buck off it? People get wedded to coins, psychologically married to coins. Man, who cares? Who cares? Trade it. Make a cash off it. Trade it in for Bitcoin. Move on with yourselves. Do you think the price will return to the 200-week moving average? That's around 50K. Certainly possible. If the bears have their way, that's where we're going. That's the narrative right now. Bear market's here. We're going back to the 200-week. Get your buy orders in at 50K if that's the case. The problem for the bears is that gets invalidated if we get back over the 50-week EMA, okay? Or MA, whichever you want to do. You like EMAs, like MAs, it's your thing. You can choose, okay? I like EMAs. They're more responsive to recent price action. Once you get back over the 50-week, the chances of going straight back down to the 200-week become pretty slim, okay? But we have not gone over the 50-week yet. We haven't even come back up to test it for potential kiss of death bearish retest. That's how weak the markets have been. The fear, the pessimism is incredibly high. So at a time when Larry Fink and BlackRock and Vanguard and all these players are mega bullish on Bitcoin and crypto more broadly, your average person's feeling very pessimistic right now. Like I should have worn the red light hat. You're right. I should have. Is that Grant Cardone behind you? I don't know. I don't think so. Sailor's security guys, I guess. Cycle is dead. Do you ever go back and visit Pennsylvania? No. I go back and visit my dad in New York sometimes. I have no reason to go back to Pennsylvania. That's the thing. You know, I've got some friends, you know, childhood friends, or maybe I'll go back one of these days and, you know, take my kids to see where dad grew up in the little town in Western PA. But nah, no reason to go back there, man. It's just got depressing for me. Sad memories of a different time in my life. No reason to go back. It's a beautiful state, though. I like Pennsylvania. We were driving through there in the summer, driving out to my dad's house. Very beautiful, rolling hills and mountains and green forests, and it's all great. But no, I haven't been back to that place in a long, long time. You've been taking meth. No, I have not been back to Western Pennsylvania recently. I told you, man. Come on. You guys, anyway. You know I love you, Western Pennsylvania, but come on, seriously. Anyway. CoffeeZilla wants his hat back. Oh, boy. Jurassic Lark. That's a good one. That's a good one. MM Crypto owes me $10 if you see him. I'll let him know. I'll let him know that Carl Ray 6650. You got a $10 debt, man. How does it feel being surrounded by TradFi guys? Well, I mean, there's plenty of TradFi guys here. There's also just a lot of OG Bitcoin people here, man. Like, I ran into a guy yesterday who's been, you know, early developer and some of the key tech behind some of your favorite tools that you use, okay? OGs, all right? A lot of people here, you know, you see like Saifedean walking around and all these kind of people. A lot of interesting characters here. But yeah, Bitcoin is becoming an institutional asset, guys. There's no doubt about it. Okay? We have crossed the Rubicon, and there's no going back. We talked about that when the Bitcoin ETF was coming out. Said, yay, great. Wall Street's going to bring so much money you can't even imagine. And they have tens of billions of dollars, and more is coming. Vanguard, Bank of America, Amundi, Charles Schwab, more money's coming. That's the thing. But it's a deal with the devil. I said it back then. I'll say it again now. It's always been a deal with the devil. These players, BlackRock's not here for the Bitcoin revolution, for the Satoshi vision. They're here to make money, man, and they made a shit ton of money. The Bitcoin ETFs were their best performing product. They love it. Why wouldn't they? Bitcoin's good for business. Lark, I'm trying to join your Discord, but it's asking for a promo code. Yeah, it should not be asking for a promo code. We'll look into that. You're going to need... we are going to need a bigger boat. Lark, why did you pay for Grenada passport, New Zealand passport? I'm sure it's just as good. Look, well, Kevin, yes, I agree. The New Zealand passport is one of the best passports in the world, okay? An absolute privilege to be a New Zealand citizen. Love my home country. Don't get me wrong, okay? It's good to have a plan B. Got plan B. I got Grenada to have a plan B. Because my thought was, if you ever need a plan B and you don't have it, you're screwed. I hope I never need a plan B. I hope we never have to use that, right? I want to be optimistic on the future of the world, and generally I am. But, you know, there's the pessimist inside of me that goes, you know, just in case, you better have a backup plan, Lark. That's the backup plan. Are you not? We are currently in Abu Dhabi. Of course, live in Dubai. We drove over here today. It's an hour and a half drive. Had some dick tailgating us. It's good times. That guy was a dick, man. No. What are you going to do? Anyway. Yeah, only us, because then he could start driving in front of us and totally drove normally after that. I was like, you know, man, you got one car in front of us. Anyway, you know how it is, guys. Yeah. Do you have a mandatory rule? I drive a Tesla, man. I don't know. I feel like I can't justify spending huge amounts of money in a car like that. Lark, you ever met? Yeah, man, I know Carl. We've hung out, had coffee and stuff before. He's a cool cat. I think Carl and Chris were here earlier today. I have not seen them around because I know they had a panel this morning. I haven't seen them around since then, but I know those guys were here earlier today. But we got out of bed late, and actually no, we got out of bed at a reasonable time. It's 7, but they got the kids off to school and have breakfast and record a few videos for you guys for the next few days and stuff. We didn't actually. There's an hour and a half drive out here, so we got here at about 11:30. So we missed out on their fireside chat where they had going on. The hat's lined with tin foil. Ha 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 ha. Are there many UK guys? Yeah, absolutely. We met the guys from shout out to the London Crypto Club. Cool guys over on X, by the way. Go follow them, London Crypto Club. We met those guys, Chris from there yesterday. Very cool guys, nice guys. So, Why was Benjamin Cohen calling you out on his last YouTube video? I have no idea. Who knows? I haven't seen it, though. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't know what the context of that was, but who knows? Maybe it's about me not being bearish enough or something. Who knows? I don't know. You can let me know if there's any more context to that, but lots of respect for Ben with all the work that he does. He's been doing, lots of great TA and stuff like that. So anyway, say la vie. People are going to say things. Doesn't really matter. Wish them all the best. Lark, you accumulating ABTC? I did buy a little bit of Bitcoin and Solana last week, but just little bits, Mostly just holding the spot positions right now. I think if there's an adequate downturn in the markets that we fail to retake the 50-week, then sure, maybe I'll consider taking some L's in some positions and moving on from there. But that's not here yet. I don't think that's currently not what I'm betting on. If things move in that direction, then I'll take the L and say, hey, I was wrong about all the macro shit for 2026. So there you go. Say hi to Andrew Tate if he's there. Oh boy, I don't think he comes to these kind of events. He'd be swarmed the entire time, man. Although interesting, I saw somebody shared a video of his the other day. He was just like walking down the street in West Beach over in Palm Jumeirah. So anyway, did you talk to Tom Lee? I have not seen Tom Lee. Where's your bear suit? Crypto Fuzzy dressing up like bears and bulls. Oh my goodness. You guys and some of your comments, I tell you. Plus, when we're at all-time high before halving, never happened before, they got us all excited. Now we're all demotivated. People have just been ground down, honestly. If you really want to get into it, people are just ground down. The cycle's been exhausting, I think, for a lot of people because they chose to try to believe in things. They said, well, I want to invest in smart coins that do smart things like Chainlink, right? And you've not been rewarded for believing in anything. Really. You know what you're rewarded for this cycle? Being an absolute nihilist and just relentlessly gambling on meme coins. And there was a few coins that you were investable, right? But for the most part, it's been a speculator's market more so than previously. Previously, there's ideas people got excited about. This time, not as much. My wife keeps asking me when Brett's going to pump. I've been sleeping on the couch since Trump pump ended. Oh, my gosh. Melania coin was the end of all things, wasn't it, guys? They couldn't stop a Trump coin. They had to launch Melania coin. Are you expecting a rate pump? I'm expecting volatility. That's what we usually get around the rate cuts, volatility. So watch for price to be all over the show over the next 24 hours. That's probably the realest answer you're going to get. Until we get back above the 20-day EMA with some kind of conviction, just understand we're in a downtrend. We're trending out of the 20-day EMA. That is by its nature simply bearish. That's it. It's bearish, right? You can paint it up however you want. It's bearish. We're trading under the 50-week. It's bearish. Okay? We're trading under the 200-day. That's bearish. Nothing bullish about any of these things. So until we start some kind of recovery, okay, we retake the 20-day EMA with a bit of volume, a bit of conviction, say, okay, well, that's a start in the right direction. Maybe the bulls are trying to take the lead here again. Maybe we're going to get somewhere. Maybe. Okay? Until we get back with the 50-week, the bears are in charge of the market right now. You need to understand that. You can be bullish on the macro, but understand the technicals, the charts are showing us a very bearish season right now. Is it the big mama bear that's going to send us down to the 200-week? Could be. Be ready if that's the case. But if we reclaim the 50-week, the bearish arguments go out the window real quick. Okay? Just FYI. How is the crypto events? Great. Meet lots of cool people. They got good tea. Haven't had any free hummus yet, though. So, you know. Anyway, Token 2049's got the free hummus, okay? Bitcoin event, no free hummus. They got free tea, though, so I'm taking it. Anyway. Thanks for streaming and making vids when you're at the con. Yeah, it's fun. Why not? You know, it's cool. It's a good vibe here, man. Lots of cool people hanging out and cool things happening. It's a good time. Do you think Chainlink offers a good return for us retail folks making big moves? Yeah, Chainlink's one of those coins. Like, again, it's one of those coins where people want to believe in what Chainlink's doing. Wildly important technology, CCIP, they got a great story. Price action's been terrible. Realistically, when risk picks up in the market, Chainlink's probably going to be a pretty solid blue chip, quote unquote, bet in crypto. Until that point, it's going to suffer like everything else. Most of the coins move lock and step together. There's a little bit of outperformance from time to time, but for the most part, things kind of tend to trend in the same direction. They do have sparkling water here, actually. There's sparkling water around somewhere, so. Okay, we'll do one or two more questions here, guys. We're going to cut it for today. At least Bitcoin dominance has dropped a little bit. Will that help altcoins? Traditionally, yes. Bitcoin dominance dropping will help altcoins. The others BTC ratio. Watch. We've got a video coming out in about 12 hours from now. You should watch it. It's absolutely a banger of a video going over the others BTC chart. That's prepping up for a major breakout, okay? Could break down. If it breaks down, your alts are literally going to zero in that situation because we're essentially bear market-wise most altcoins have been in a bear market for a year since 2024. Okay, very few have recovered. Very few, even in 2024, even came anywhere close to previous highs. Alts have been demolished for a long time. But with the others, BTC falling wedge, monthly MACD breakout brewing, BTC dominance falling, there's a real story there to be made for altcoin outperformance in 2026. But you have to believe in that scenario that macro trumps the 4-year cycle. If you believe the 4-year cycle is the king of all kings and there's nothing else in the markets that matter or move things, then you're probably already in cash anyway. You don't care. You're just going to watch it all play out and casually buy in October or November of 2026 at 50K BTC and enjoy your life until then. No need to watch YouTube videos, right? If you think that the macro is going to trump that, if you think that rate cuts, dovish Fed, QT ending, stealth QE, mass investment in America, all these sort of things are going to have some kind of impact in 2026, then you probably remain risk on. That's it for today, guys. You're awesome. I appreciate your time. We'll see you back tomorrow, probably from the studio tomorrow, but then we're coming back for Solana Breakpoint on Thursday, so we'll be streaming from there as well, bringing you all things Solana related. Peace until then. Bye.